think the Quran is clear and the Bible is not clear, essentially?
No, I'm saying that when it comes to the concept of God, the proclamation of God, it should be as clear as daylight. No reading into the text. Because some Christians, they come to me as, Hamza, you need the Holy Spirit, mate. I said, well, I need to become a Christian, right? Yep. But I'm not going to do that. Why would I, it's like a Hindu or a Sikh coming to me and saying, brother, you need to become a Sikh in order to understand God.
You don't need to become a Christian.
Exactly. So that's my point, Jonathan. My point is I need clear evidence.
I understand.
And any Muslim would ask, I think that's a sensible question.
And I think that's fair.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, you're correct, Jonathan, that there are verses where Jesus claims to be equal with the Father. My issue is that there are just as convincing verses where Jesus is attributing himself with properties that clearly denote him not being God.
Are there verses where he says that he is not God?
Yeah, so like for instance, Jesus being ignorant of the hour. Like for instance, Jesus growing in wisdom and stature. Jesus being gloryless. Jesus saying that I cannot of my own self, John chapter 5 verse 30, I cannot of my own self do nothing. I hear as I judge, and my judgment is just, for I seek not my own will, but the will of the one that sent me.
Yes.
When I look at these properties that Jesus is affirming for himself, the only takeaway I can come away with is that he cannot be God. God is all knowledgeable for eternity. Any entity that claims he is God but does not have knowledge of all things cannot be God. You can't have a squared circle, people. You can't have a married bachelor. Either Jesus is God for eternity and so therefore has knowledge of all things, or he's not. As soon as he says in Mark 13:32 that I do not, that of that hour and of that day knoweth no man, no, not the angel which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father only.
So
Paters monos is the Greek in Matthew 24:36.
Yeah, fine.
I would say to you guys that Jesus cannot be God.
He can't be God because he doesn't know the Father.
Yes, now you're going to riposte, your riposte is going to be, well, Jesus in his human nature did not know the hour, but in his divine nature he did. My response is going to be, did Jesus have ready access to this knowledge in his divine nature when he said, I don't know the hour? You guys are going to say, yes. I'm going to respond and say, then he must have either been delusional or he was lying. The context, Mark 13:32, 24:36, Jesus is clear in his context as well that this is not any type of declarative knowledge. Oiden can mean declarative knowledge, but here the context is Jesus is saying he does not have conceptual knowledge of the hour. Only the Father has it. That tells me as a Muslim and anyone else that looks at the plain reading of the verse, this can't be God.
So
the man's ignorant.